Well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 49 degrees. It's cold. It's windy. We got our shirts on. We got to keep moving to keep warm. So, giving you a quick report. Got the buff down below my ears to keep me warm. It is freezing right now with that wind blowing at 49 degrees. But the sun's coming up. It's gorgeous. We just left our camp at Bear Lake. We're heading to Beaver River, and that will be our last night. So, yeah, we love it. Well, we're still on this ledge, and Bean Lake, we're on the other side of it, is down there. The sun's shining in my face. Right in front of me is Lake Superior, is just running around that side. It's this ledge that follows Lake Superior, and you got just a treat with all these lakes. We keep going on this ledge, and we just keep seeing these overlooks that are just gorgeous. And with the sun out, we just got to stop. We're not cruising today. We're stopping and looking. We're looky-loos today. Even the moss up here is happy this morning. It's a glorious morning. And the moss is smiling at us and saying, go on, you can do it. You can make it. You can make it. Down there is Silver Bay, and that's a water tower for Silver Bay. So it looks like we're heading down kind of towards Silver Bay and climbing up towards that water tower, I suspect. So we're getting close to civilization. We just might go down to Silver Bay.
Beaver Bay.
We might just, well, Silver Bay right there. We might just go down to Silver Bay and grab a burger, or maybe some fried eggs. Maybe not, maybe we'll just have a protein bar. There is a train with the cars full of taconite heading up north. Silver Bay is known for taconite. There's a taconite plant about a mile or two up the road from here and heading north on the Lake Superior. And it's been there for a long time. Taconite is, which is iron ore, is a big thing up here. We're here on the Beaver River, up above the waterfalls where we'll be camping. We're heading there to camp. It's really hot right now. I was looking at the water. The water is muddy, so we're gonna have muddy water to drink tonight. But the filter's filtered pretty well. You'll still have a lot of tannin in there, still colored. Yeah, we're eager to get camp set up. We had a long morning and had an easy day today. We're only gonna hike, I think it's probably about 1 o'clock. Get to camp before 2 o'clock, and easy day today, and then we're gonna hike out tomorrow. On this trip, I'm using an 11-foot netless Dutch wear hammock. This hammock I call the Wide Glide. It's a very comfortable hammock. I love this hammock, and this is a hammock I was using on this trip. The underquilt that I'm using is a 20-degree Phoenix. It's a 3/4 underquilt by Hammock Gear. We came up here, the temperatures were expected to be in the low 30s, and so far we hit high 40s, so I could have used my 40-degree underquilt, but just in case I brought the 20-degree underquilt. The top quilt that I am using is a 40-degree Burrow by Hammock Gear. And the reason why I brought that up, if it did get down into the low 30s, I could easily just put a heavier fleece jacket on and I'd stay warm. For you that have tried hammocking, using a hammock, and you've been using a pad and a sleeping bag, and you're thinking about upgrading, and you can't decide, well, should I go with a 20-degree or a 40-degree underquilt and a top quilt? My suggestion is if you're going 3/4 of the season from temperatures down to the 30s, I would get, and it depends on what part of the country you are, I would go with a 40-degree top quilt, and then I'd go with a 20-degree underquilt, a partial underquilt. A lot of people are going with full underquilts. I think it's a lot of wasted down. If I had a choice between a full and a 3/4, I would definitely get a 3/4 underquilt. And what you do is, if your feet start getting cold, you just put a pad in your foot box. And if you do get a 3/4 underquilt, like this Phoenix I have, I love the Phoenix because it's a little bit longer than the normal underquilts and wider, because I'm a bigger shoulder, so it wraps around me well. If you're smaller, then you can get any underquilt, but I would check Hammock Gear. I really like their 3/4 underquilts. You don't want to get a partial underquilt, you want a 3/4 underquilt. You want ones that are a little bit longer. That one there, I'm 6 feet tall and just my ankles stick out, so if it got cold tonight, I'd just put a pad underneath there, but usually I have no problem. But if you have cold feet, I would put a pad underneath there. But I'm going to do a video coming up on how to tweak those underquilts, those 3/4, even partial underquilts, because a lot of people have a hard time with those. They're just not working right. You know, they're having a lot of problems with them and they're not working, but there's a trick and there's a way to do it, and I'll do this in an upcoming video to show you how, when you get in and out, what you have to do and how to set it and adjust it, and I'll show you all that in an upcoming video, because once you get it down, these things are great. I really love 3/4 underquilts. So I have a lot of people ask me, why would you backpack with a hammock? And I've given you many reasons why with the rain and stuff, but here is one of my favorite reasons why I backpack with a hammock. Look at the view I have. One thing that's great about being next to this river here, the Beaver River, is just right near us here is a railroad track, and there's a train that goes through probably every hour, and I heard a lot of people, I watched someone's video and you can just hear the train just roaring and honking its horn, and here with this water here, I can't hear anything but the water, so all night I'm going to hear this water going. I will be able to watch it all night. I'm going to sleep like a baby. I'm going to wake up to this. Matter of fact, we're way up on the hill on Bear Lake and we can hear that train that's right over here. I think it's about 8 miles away. But we can hear the train 8 miles away up at Bear Lake campsite. And here we're right next to it, and I know with this river, I won't hear it. I'll just hear the water. Man, I got a nice breeze coming in, the sun's out. I don't know if I'm gonna deploy my tarp. I think I might go topless tonight and see the stars, but you never can trust this weather. Man, you just never know. You guys, I just went in the river, I got some water. Now I'm gonna filter into this bottle. Like at Bear Lake yesterday, the water was crystal clear, but it still had a lake taste. A lot of times we'll get this dingy looking water, it looks like urine. And it doesn't taste bad. It isn't bad at all. So I'm gonna start filtering, I'm thirsty. I'm out of water, I drank all my Bear Lake water. Now I'm gonna get some Beaver River water. Hopefully the beavers weren't doing anything funky in that water upstream. Yeah, it just started raining. We met some women that were out hiking and they said that it was supposed to rain from 1 to 5 o'clock there and off, and then it's supposed to clear up, and so it's raining. It's about 2 o'clock. We're all set up. I just got the tarp up. It started to drizzle. Now it's raining a little bit. So I think I'm going to take a little snooze.
Hey everyone, Gunnar here, just talking about collecting firewood. And I had some other saws over the years when we've done going on these trips. I found this to be the best saw I have ever had. It's under a pound probably, goes in this small sack, sits on the side of the backpack while you're traveling, and this is a great little saw, 20 inches, and it cuts through this stuff that you should be burning like crazy. And so it's really quick to get a fire going with this saw like this. And like I said, lightweight, on the backpack, don't even know it's there, and it's a great handy saw.
The saw is called a bob saw. The guy that made it was a fighter pilot in World War II. He flew a P-51 Mustang. I don't know if he's still alive, but he came up with this concept. It folds up nice. It's made out of aluminum. It has a cam action on the end. It's really slick. Show them how it comes apart. Just like a cam action. And
Gotta be careful, it's very sharp.
Folds over like that.
Reverse.
Now to set it up. Wow, that's slick. That is slick. You guys, when we hike, we're not the ultimate hiker. We're not the ultimate camper. We're the ultimate backpackers. The difference is we don't hike from sunup to sundown like an ultimate hiker. We don't just, go a mile or car camp into camp. What we do is we put in about 10 to 13 miles like on this trip. And when we get to camp, we get up real early in the morning before it gets light. We get on the trail. And usually we get to the camp around 2, 3, usually 3, no later than 4. But as soon as we get set up, we go get wood. We know how to find dry wood. And once we get it, the first thing what we want to do is breaking up the branches. So what I do, I'll come up and break all these branches off. And once we get this all cleaned up, we'll take the sticks and we use that for starting. So what we do is after we got it cleaned up, we'll put it on the bench. If not, we'll find another log to put it on. And I'll hold it, the runner will hold it, we take turns sawing. I'll hold that down there. So now we got the sticks over in this pile. We got the little small logs over here. We try to find wrist size. This time we really hit the jackpot. We found something that was a little bit bigger than wrist size, but usually that's the best we can find. So right now the sun's starting to come out again. It's about 5 o'clock. We're gonna eat, and then probably about 6 o'clock we'll get a fire going. But all this that we did here, it took less than a half hour. I would say about a half hour to go right up here, find some wood, bring it down here. I'll take my K-bar, chop the branches off, then we'll take that saw it up, and we're ready to go. We have a nice fire. So I carried that K-bar for over close to 40 years, over 35 years. And so I always take it with you. I don't recommend people taking it, but it is nice. It comes in handy for this. But with that saw, you think that's a luxury item, but wait till tonight when we have a fire and we're sitting by a fire. Every night we come out here, we have a fire, and that is a luxury. And we like that, and we think that's part of the experience of backpacking. Stove that I'm using is it's made by Mini Bowl Design. It's a mini atomic. I haven't used that in a couple years. I thought I'd take this guy out. You have to put a windscreen around. You have to have a pot stand. It's really small. You got a thumb screw. You got to screw off, put the fuel in there. You got to prime it with the wick around there. There's a little bit of work to get it going, but man, when that thing goes, it will boil fast. And Runner's using his Old Faithful Fancy Feast. I consider this is the best alcohol stove out there. This thing is great year-round. Even in the wintertime, we take it out in the wintertime when it's sub-zero temperatures. This little guy works all the time. Easy to operate. Just dump fuel down in the middle of it, light the wick, and off she goes. Great stove. Great little stove. I suggest if you're getting into alcohol stoves, this is the one I would buy right here.
To get the fire going, I'm going to use some real small stuff. I got a little bit of fire starters, a couple of cheaters, I guess, little packets I bought. Quick fire, they're called. They actually work quite well. Then just pile on some kindling to get some good coals. And then we get a little bit bigger as we go.
We'll start putting a little thicker pieces on now.
We got a pile of wood over there we're going to have fire for. Well, you can probably have fire all night if we burned all this. So we're going to leave some. We're going to leave some for the next people that come.
We're feeling very generous today.
Possibly. Let's take them right off. Isn't that a good thing?
Yes. Look at that fire going. First of all, we want to get a good set of coals, and then Runner is going to put a little bit thicker pieces and thicker, and we get a good set of coals. Anything that you put on there will burn.
Birch bark is the best, but there's not a whole lot here, but it's not all wet.
Now Runner's putting thicker pieces on these, and he loves to make the log cabin style, and that really works. He always does very well making a fire, and he's very successful with that.
Well, good morning, everyone. I've been up for over an hour and sitting here just hanging here overlooking this waterfall. Just thinking and reminiscing of our trips and the trips of the past. Just thinking how blessed and grateful I am just to be here. I mean, who sits and lays in a hammock over a waterfall and gets to wake up to that in the morning? Yeah, I'm very grateful. When I got up this morning, it was still dark. You can tell it was getting light. And I could see the constellation Orion, which means that winter is coming. Just got back in here in this hammock to get warm, and very blessed to be in God's creation, just sitting here and reminiscing. We're going to get up and have breakfast and tear down and take our time going out. We're about an hour out where the car is, and we get in the car and head to Two Harbors. And we always get well, I always get a double cheeseburger, bacon deluxe, flavor of the day, and then we'll talk a little bit about our trip. Had a great time with Runner. I'm looking forward to our next trip.
Yesterday night I had some mice running around my hammock. I could see them running around there. And I woke up this morning and I have a felt windscreen. That little bugger chewed it all up. I haven't checked my pack yet. I hope it didn't chew anything else up. A lot of people think they're little cute critters. Those things are little monsters. Bad mouse. Bad mouse. Isn't it crazy how that tree right there has its roots wrapped around that rock? It's like it's hugging it, and it's a pretty good tree. It's a red pine. It's not totally mature, but man, that thing is hanging on. In the wind, it must be hanging on for dear life. It's just, that's pretty cool. I've never seen a tree like that just wrapped around a rock and grow right out of it. Well, this ends our trip Like I told you, we'd be at Culver's eating my double cheeseburger bacon deluxe. And Runner, what do you have?
Just a single cheeseburger, butter burger, single butter burger.
Well, it was a great trip. This is the Marine, and
Runner.
this is Backpacking with the Hammock signing off. Dance away! Dancing with the stars!